So a lot of people want to know, when is the baby coming?
There's only one, it's only one, just only one, just love and happiness, beauty and holiness.
Hey guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with my husband now.
Woo!
Jonathan.
Look at that.
Today's actually our 1 month and month anniversary. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. We've officially been married for 1 month.
1 month.
So I asked you guys on my Instagram what you guys want to know, the wedding, the honeymoon. A lot of y'all had questions about sex, you know, so we're gonna answer them.
Oh boy.
Okay, so we'll start here. Okay, well, a lot of them I'm probably gonna paraphrase because I looked at a lot of them and a lot of them are the same. So we'll start off. This is your dad asked this. So are the first few weeks of marriage what you expected it to be?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's like hanging out with your best friend.
Yeah.
It's only 1 month, so we haven't had a chance to like not like each other yet.
Yeah.
But I don't know. First month's been fun.
Yeah, the first month has been pretty fun. I think we've had a pretty good time so far. Okay, so someone said, how did you choose the perfect rings? Well, I guess you can start because you bought the first
so
ring.
this is it's so crazy that this is actually the sponsor for today's video. I had a friend that told me about like the website JamesAllen.com. And he said that he got his wife's ring on there. And another friend that I had got his wife's ring on there. So I'm like, I don't know if you can really buy rings online. But I went on there, they had the best interface, they had the best customer service. It was awesome. I found Jess's ring there, like her engagement ring there. And this is before there was any partnership at all. Like we really did find her ring there.
Yeah.
And she loved it. I actually got her wedding ring on there too.
I just said I wanted something, a simple band and like a nice diamond sitting there. I said I don't want no clutter around it, no, none of that. So that's exactly what he got me. So
I ain't gonna show the people.
I'm gonna do.
Okay, don't show
Oh my
the
gosh.
people.
Okay. I hope it don't focus. Ooh, it does.
Ooh!
Here it is.
That thing's chocolate.
I know, I love my ring. I love my ring, I love my ring. Jonathan's wedding band, he just wanted a simple silver circle. Silver circle. I tried so hard to get him like gold with diamonds in the middle or something. I'm like, what about silver No.
All I wanted was a silver circle like my father.
On JamesAllen.com, you can choose from a bunch of gorgeous styles, including diamond laced, classic, gemstone, or vintage. Their 360 display technology allows you to see all the details of the diamonds and settings in HD from top to bottom. And you can custom design your ring settings depending on your preference and budget. You can choose the diamond's origin, quality, metal, carat size, and diamond shape.
So yeah, we got our rings on JamesAllen.com. So I'll leave all the information in the description box below and you guys can check it out there. Great prices, like literally half the price for what the other rings are. So just put that out there, that's how we got our rings. And a lot of people have asked about like how has it been adjusting to like moving in and living with somebody. I'll start because for me, I've lived alone the past like 2 years and then I moved in here first for the first few months. So
I feel like it's been a harder transition for Jess, because I was living back home with my family before this, with my parents and my brother, and I went away to college for a little bit too. So like I had roommates there. I don't know. I'm not really particular. So even if like there are things that Jess like does that are not usual for me, it's more easy for me to push them under the rug and not really think of it as a big deal. But I think it's been a bit harder adjustment for her.
yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit harder because it's just, I don't know.
I'll give you guys an example. So back at home with my parents.
I know what you're gonna say. Okay, go.
There weren't like that many like sacred spaces or things that like you couldn't really do. Like for example, I always keep my shoes on at the house. Never shoes like in the shoes in the couch or like shoes on the bed or stuff like that. But like being able to walk on like carpets and rugs with shoes is like it's no big deal. Like
I don't like it.
Shoes. But like for Jess, that's like a big no-no for her.
Yes.
So like for me, like I find the rules a little tedious, but
I just don't like shoes on the rug. In my head, I'm just like, okay, you wore your shoes outside. You probably stepped in some gum. You could have stepped in where dog poop was, and now you're gonna wear it on the rug where I have my bare feet. I might want to lay my face on the. I can't have it. But then I bought him some inside shoes, so he can wear the inside shoes. He just loves to wear shoes in the house. So I'm like, all right, we gotta compromise. So, but the inside shoes can't go outside. Once they go outside, they're officially outside shoes.
You know, like I wash the bottom of them.
I don't know.
It's stuff like that she's, particular.
I don't even think it's particular. I feel like it's just Bible.
She's a little OCD.
It's not OCD.
No, it's about like a few other things. I'm not gonna say anything else, but it's okay. I respect it because
you can't even say it because if you say these things, they gonna come for you because I guarantee you more people are like me than they are like you.
This is your channel.
So say it.
These are your people. Mm-hmm. For example, I hope there's some guys here that can like relate to me. You know that there are some nights where like you just don't feel like brushing your teeth before going into bed. Like you brush your teeth most nights, like you hit like an 8 out of 10 nights, your teeth are brushed. But like the few nights it's like, man, it's no big deal. I remember like, I was trying to bust a move, I was trying to get something started, and she stopped kissing me, and she's like, did you brush your teeth? I'm like, you know what? I brushed my teeth and went straight to bed, bro. It's like, I'm done with you.
My thing is, if you don't want to brush your teeth, that's fine, but don't put your tongue in my mouth after I brush my teeth. After my mouth is clean, I can taste everything way more now. I'm like, this isn't yesterday's tongue anymore. You putting yesterday's tongue in my mouth.
Where's it yesterday? It's the same day.
It's the whole day, bro.
It's the same
you put
day.
your 24 hours. No, bro. Because I used to be like that when I lived alone. Like, there would be some nights where I'm like, all right, man, I'm tired, and the teeth ain't getting brushed, but I'm considerate of you. If I'm gonna be kissing you, my teeth are gonna be brushed. My body's gonna be washed. All of that. It's consideration.
Another example, Jess gets really mad at me for my beard. I have to like put the oil in and then comb it out. So like if the beard hair is in the sink, it really makes her upset. But it should be, it's like things that I keep on tuck, but I'm gonna expose it a little bit now. I'm like, it's just so ironic because there's like hair all over the shower. I'm like, you're not worried about my sink.
Nah, bro.
There's hair all over the shower.
Nah, the shower is different. It's not exposed. The sink is just like, I know my ladies are with me. Beard hair and hair all over the counter, hair all in the sink. It just looks disgusting, bro. I don't care. All right. Well, tell me how you really feel. Dang. You're like, oh, it's so much fun. I love it. And then here's all the things.
I think 3 of the smallest things ever.
Those are like the only things.
It's been a blast.
Move. Okay, so someone said if you could change anything about your wedding, what would it be or what would you do differently?
Just never told me the price of everything until after the wedding. So I mean, if you asked me the day of the wedding, I would have said nothing really. Afterwards, I'm like, there's a few things I was thinking out. One thing that I'll say though is, everyone says that your wedding goes by like so fast, it goes in a blink. You're like, yeah, whatever. But it really goes by super fast. Like things are moving, and like you miss a whole chunk of it because of like taking pictures or all this other stuff. So like if I got to have anything, like the genie asked for a wish, like I would have got to wish to live the wedding as a guest at our own wedding. So I would have got to experience everything.
Yeah, because our wedding was really fun.
It was a blast. No, it was awesome.
We just didn't get to be there for us. About like 30%. 30%.
Yeah, 30%.
Like 30% of it, we were kind of watching from the other side, like taking pictures. There was a time where they had us in a room for like 20 minutes, and we just heard the music going. Everyone's having a good time. We were just in a room alone.
And Jess missed a lot more of it too, because like she couldn't see people walk down because she's the bride and she walks down last. So stuff like that. Yeah,
but nothing like in particular where it's like, oh, we should have never blah blah blah. Like I love, like we had the flower bros. My brothers were flower men. You see some of the foolishness in here.
No,
Which one?
This is a dumb question.
Which one? Oh, this one?
No, this one.
Oh, you know what that is?
Yeah, I know. Oh. But this is actually a good question.
Oh. So yeah, we wouldn't really change much. If I could change anything, it probably would just be the photographer and making sure I got the right dress the first time. with like my wedding dress. And let's not even talk about the reception dress. We've talked about that already. Do y'all ever talk about baby names, and do they start with J?
We talk about them often.
Way too often.
Way more than we need to, and they don't start with a J.
No, they don't. So my good sis Curly Chris, we all know her, we love her. She said, did you get your back blown out? Did I get my black blown out? I got my back blown out.
Black blown out.
Did I get my back blown out? You know, a lot of people ask, have you guys had sex yet? And I'm like, what do you think? Why would you ask, have we had sex yet? Of course we haven't. But the question of did you get your back blown out, that's different from did you guys have sex?
But she asked you, I don't know how to answer that.
You were there.
And I was like, oh yeah, I was there. And you're like, actually it was fine, it was cool.
We do enjoy our time together alone.
Yeah, I mean it was good. You know, for me, I was scared. I was more scared than anything. You know, that I wouldn't like meet her expectations or whatever. You know, like you hear all these people talk about Minutemen, like one pump chump, all that good. I hear all those things. You're like worrying, like, dang, like that might be me, blah 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 blah. But I don't know. I feel like God's really put His hand on our situation. So
yeah.
I'm thankful. Yeah, I think we have a good time.
Hallelujah. Yes. Did you get to properly thank Him? Y'all are funny. Actually, the same person, she asks if we're bank accounts, yours, mine, ours, everything separate together. So everything we have is together right now. We joined everything. Body parts, bank accounts, everything is together. Everything is joint.
We're a unit.
Unit. Planning a wedding, where did you start? The first thing we did was find a venue. I feel like after you find where you're having it, I feel like everything else kind of, it's like the top of the umbrella. We found the venue, and then it's like, okay, well, this is the type of dress I should wear in this venue, and this is the type of decorations I want, because our venue is outside, and certain things wouldn't work for an inside wedding. Then I'm like, you know, well, first start with how much you can afford. See how much you can afford, and then, you good? Set a budget, and then go from there. If you don't want a budget, you don't have to do that, but if you need a budget, I'm gonna.
You know, just to say you're gonna set a budget, and I asked her to set a budget like 15 trillion times, and she never did.
Okay, she said, where did I start? Okay, we started with the venue. Most people should probably start with, this is the budget, so that you can actually stick to it. If we had made a budget, if I had made the budget that I was asked of, our wedding would have been different.
I think it depends. Where we started and where an individual should start might be in a different place. I think if you work a 9 to 5, where you have a little less control over your schedule, setting a budget first, absolutely. But you might want to like invest in a wedding planner. Jess was our wedding planner, so she really did all that work. But you know, she works a job where she has the time, or she has some time in her days to maneuver some things around. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have that, then you might want a wedding planner, because it is a lot. It's a lot of details, and whether you have time or not, I would say a day of planner is essential. Oh yeah, day of planner 100%. If you don't do anything else, I mean, they don't have to be professional. If it's your aunt or someone from church who's really good at organizing, and somebody who's not in the wedding, it can't be a bridesmaid or a groomsman. Don't let it be your mom or anyone who's like super important to you. Let it just be someone who is organized. Someone said, what's been the most surprising thing so far? It's been the most surprising thing. I honestly think everything is going exactly how I thought it would. How did you go about choosing your bridesmaids and groomsmen? And I saw another question, I don't know if I'll find it again, as someone asked me why weren't my brothers and my sister-in-laws in my wedding, and how did I go about like not choosing them? And she asked because she said she's going through the same thing right now. So I will say, picking my bridesmaids was actually, not that it was hard. I knew exactly who I wanted my bridesmaids to be, but I knew that I had like a whole, like, how do I say this? Like, I had so many people who it could have been. I have so many close friends and family that it was kind of hard to like narrow it down to who was gonna make it. I don't wanna say make it, to who I was gonna choose for my, like, American Idol, to who I was gonna choose. But the girls, the 6 that I chose, those are the people who have like, they're there. Now, I will say the reasons why my sister-in-laws weren't in the wedding, because 100% they would have been, but they were pretty much pregnant the entire time.
And they also have 3 kids, and I was just like, I think it might have been a little too much, and I think it would have been better in my thoughts for them to be able to sit in the front row and watch me get married. I think that's a better seat than sitting behind me and standing the whole time. Especially, you know, they have newborns, they have 2 other kids, and their husbands weren't in the wedding either. Like my whole family, which I thought was great, was sitting in the front, just being able to have front row seats to watch me. Now, the reason why my brothers weren't groomsmen, my brothers were in the wedding. And they were. And they were like, they stole the show. If you haven't seen my Instagram, they were the flower bros, flower boys, flower bros. They were amazing. And that was kind of like a last minute decision. We figured that out maybe like a month, like 2 months, a month or 2 before the wedding. Because one of my brothers, I don't think he cared that much. He never really said anything, but my other brother, he cared. Because he kept bringing it up like, dang, I'm not in the wedding, I'm not invited to the bachelor party, like, I'm not a groomsman, I'm not gonna do a prayer. I'm like, do you want to be in the wedding? No, I don't care, it's fine. And I feel like one time that he was saying that, I saw his eyes get a little bit watery. You remember that one time? His eyes get a little bit watery.
I'm not gonna put it out.
So I'm like, but the whole time I was trying to figure out, how can we put my brothers in the wedding? Because Jonathan, I'll let him speak for himself in a second, but Jonathan he has so many grooms, like he has 7 groomsmen and I had 6 bridesmaids. Like if he added both my brothers, now he'd have 9, and it was just, they understood, and we were fine. So if you're in the same situation, they just have to understand, like, I don't know, my brothers and my sisters, they had no issues. Well, they had no issues, especially when I put both of my brothers in the wedding as the flower bros. Just try to find other places for your friends to be. Let them do like a prayer, or let them do a Bible verse. If they can sing, let them sing. Let them do a speech, you know, put them somewhere else. But everybody can't be a bridesmaid, everybody can't be a groomsman.
First like word of advice like I'll give for choosing your groomsmen and or bridesmaids is that it's your wedding, it's your day. So at the end of the day, do what you want. For me, my 7, like me and my friends, we have a group chat, and I pick guys from the group chat. Like those are my best friends. I have a friend from high school, cousins. My brother was my best man. You know, friends like that I've had my entire life. You know, kind of made up my list. And with Matt and Levon, Jess's brothers, I love them to death. Like there's no one like I'd rather hang out with than them. But I think for the groomsmen, it made most sense to just use that friend group.
Yeah. Also, his friend group and my brothers, it's not like they're the completely opposites, but like
it wouldn't.
Not that they wouldn't gel either. They can gel for like a few hours, but like if they would have went on a bachelor trip together, would have been like, bro, what's going on?
Yeah, especially since I'm so much younger.
Difference.
Like
my brother's 10 years older. Levon's 10 years older than you.
Yeah.
Matt's like 8 years older than you. Cause I'm 5. You know, like the age group of his friends and my brothers, it was too big. It's like, yeah, let's just keep that separate. So that's what it was.
Love
really.
them.
Yeah, no, we're great. It's a great thing we have going. All right. So a lot of people want to know, when is the baby coming?
Well, the baby can come anytime now. Jess has health insurance.
I just got health insurance, so now we can have a baby whenever we want. But
I don't know.
We don't know. The plan is to wait at least a year. That's the plan.
But Jess asked me for a baby 6 days out of the
week. I do ask him for a baby every day. But so yeah, 6 days. There's like one day of the week where I'm like, I could not have a baby right now. The other 6, I'm like, give me a baby! But I don't.
And she sounds exactly like that when she says it.
It's like I mean it, but I'm like, when I say that, I kind of just mean like, go take me to see my nieces and nephews. I miss babies. I don't want my own right now, but I think in a year I'll definitely be ready. I will say we are not on like a medical birth control. I'm using something called natural cycles. So it's, you know, it's a type of birth control where you have to make sure you're doing your part as well, because if you don't, then you're gonna get pregnant. So we're on that type of birth control. It's like tells me when I'm ovulating, and when I am ovulating, we're supposed to use other types of, you know, strap ups.
Either a condom or a pull and pray.
Or nothing. A pull and pray? I've never heard that before. Or just not have sex at all. And we're not doing that. So yeah, that no babies right now. We're gonna try to wait a year. All right, so what advice would you give to a soon-to-be bride? Okay, one, and I really mean this from the bottom of my heart. If you are engaged and you're just like way more excited about the wedding than the person you're marrying, you gotta hit the road, Jack. Being a bride is such a good time because like everyone kind of just loves you more and they're just asking you, like you feel a little bit of a celebrity, especially if you go to like a church and like, you know, and like people are just like asking about the wedding and like your big day is coming and like the wedding day is amazing because it's really all about you. The day after is cool, the honeymoon is great, but once that's over, it really is over. Like none of that stuff is like coming up or something to look forward to. It's just you and your husband all the time. And if you don't like him and you're just like, oh my gosh, I was way more excited about the wedding, you're going to be miserable. Because like the times when I'm seeing the hair on the sink or the time where Jonathan makes this really weird noise in the morning, it's like if I didn't love you for real, I would be out of my mind.
You said you didn't care about that.
I didn't know how much you did it before we got married. I'm like, wow, it's all the time. Yeah, so that is one thing. Like, just really make sure you guys have that foundation and it's not all about the wedding. Something else that you told me in the beginning when we first got engaged, all I would talk about was the wedding. And Jonathan was saying there's, I don't know, some guy who said something like, all we talked about for the whole 9 months we were engaged was the wedding, and then when the wedding was over, we had nothing else to talk about. Okay, I'll say this. I have so much. Okay. When you go to try on your dress, if it's not on sale, do not buy it the same day. Even if it is on sale, maybe don't buy it the same day. Take a picture in it. Take a picture in all the dresses, go home, stare at it for a while, and if you still like it the next day or the day after that, then go buy it. But emotions are so high, everyone's crying, everyone's loving everything. Your bridesmaids probably aren't telling you the truth also because they don't wanna like kill your vibe. But so you'll just say yes to whatever. You're gonna cry with every dress you have, like, you know, emotions are way too high, you're gonna buy something and you may regret it. And that happens often because we have to buy our dress so early because it takes 9 months. After a while, you're like, I don't really like this anymore. I'm seeing things that I like better. So I have so much advice I can give now that I'm thinking about it, but we don't have all day. But that's just some stuff. Okay, so the question is, was it really worth the wait?
I think that everything that you do in your relationship where it kind of like cheats yourself for what you're going to get in marriage, like it really is like a cheat, you know, for yourself. Like
this is how we feel personally.
Yeah, these are personal feelings. Like living together, you know, having sex before. Right after we got married, like us moving in together for the first time and getting to be with each other, I'm like, wow, like what a beautiful experience, like that really symbolizes the coming to live under one roof. It really was like just a special feeling, you know, getting to truly be with one another at the time where it was supposed to happen.
Somebody asked how long did we live together before we were married? 0 days. We did not live together before being married. It is a little bit of I will say, it's a little bit of a gamble. For me, I'm not very surprised because Jonathan and I have been together for like 2.5 years. I spent a lot of time at his house. I've seen his room, I've seen his bathroom, I've seen him step on his parents' carpet with shoes on. You know, I've heard the noises he makes in the morning. Like I've seen, nothing was really a surprise to me. But there could be some things that, you know, after you get married and you've never lived together that you could be like, wow, I had no idea that he XYZ, or wow, I had no idea that she XYZ. So I can see how some people would be like, wow, I could never do that. I need to see first. But that just, you know, we just trusted God with it. This is how he said it's supposed to be done this way. And since that's what we believe and that's what we practice, we just believe that God will take care of it. And he has. But I really think it's just really important to know your partner very well before you even decide to get married. Because I don't think too many things should surprise you. Yeah. But it can happen. It can happen. Somebody wants to know how much did it all cost. Should we tell them? No, I know. It was more than Jonathan wanted to spend. I'm sorry, when Jonathan gave me like the number of what he thought, I knew that, I just knew. I was like, absolutely not.
It was like double my proposed budget.
Yeah. There was no way. There was just no way.
More than double.
There was no way, bro. I was like, no, we're not.
More than double.
It was barely more than, like, no. Was it not an amazing day?
Good, next question.
Oh my gosh. It wasn't an amazing day?
It was fantastic. Next question.
What was y'all most favorite / meaningful / fun part of the wedding? For me, I really feel like I enjoyed our ceremony a lot. Like, I loved hearing our vows. I loved the moment that I walked down the aisle and I saw like Jonathan's big old bright smile, and we're locked in, and like every now and then looking over at my friends and like seeing everyone smile. I don't know, the ceremony was really special for me. I really loved the I thought you were yawning. You were about to.
No, on purpose, it just happened. It's late. Hearing Jess's vows, probably my favorite part, because she had me really worried that she was gonna.
I wrote them like at 3 o'clock in the morning the day before.
And I'm usually the procrastinator, but like with Jess, I have to be like.
I was busy.
I'm usually more. I have to be more on point now that I'm with Jess, because she's more of a free spirit. I think my other favorite moment, which will probably sound more exciting, I got to crowd surf, so that was.
Oh yeah, he almost died.
Pretty excited. Yeah, they almost dropped me. Like,
He could have broke his neck, bro. He almost
They
died.
threw me. Yeah, but it was fun. And that was my favorite part.
Did you guys have any disagreements while planning the wedding?
Yes.
Yes. Alright, someone said, did you guys do it in your wedding clothes or did you shower and change first? Alright, only reason I'm touching on this is because so many people were like, bro, there's no way you're gonna have sex the wedding night, like we're gonna be so tired and you're gonna be exhausted. First of all, exhausted where? I mean, yeah, we're exhausted, but when you take a shower.
We almost did it, yes.
Who almost didn't? Anyway, we both took showers. After I took a shower, I came out in my outfit.
We lying down and we were like, oh no, we're just gonna sleep. And then we looked at each other.
I didn't mean it.
You're like, you wanna do it?
Someone said, was there pressure to do it on the first night? And someone else asked me, like, do I feel as a wife pressured to have sex every night to like please my husband?
You know, nothing.
What?
It's a lot less pressure on girls. They do just
You just lay there.
lay there.
That's not true.
This is the first time.
Okay, the first time,
like,
all right, have your way.
you know what I'm saying?
But the question about do I feel pressured to do it every night? Pressured from Jonathan? Absolutely not. He would never pressure me. But in my head, sometimes I'm like, all right, because I'm like, we're still in the early phase. I don't want it to get into a habit of like, I'm not in the mood. Because I mean, there are times where I've been in the mood and I'm like, can you try again in a second? Like, it's not here right now. But sometimes I feel like, and again, I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna say something, but like, this is just how I feel. And also, Jonathan mentioned this off camera, we've only been married for 30 days. This isn't.
We don't know anything.
We don't know, really. This is very much a newlywed Q&A. This is not marriage advice. We're still new out here. Do I feel pressured? Again, like no, but I do feel like sex is really important in a marriage. So sometimes I'm just like, not that I feel like, oh, this is my job, this is my duty, but I'm like, this is important. I want us to continue to be close to each other. Let's have some sex. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's not like, oh, I'm in the mood, but it's just like, hey, you wanna have sex?
But once it gets started up, it's never,
yeah,
never
like,
bad.
oh, let's have a good time, you know? Someone said, how does Jonathan feel knowing that he married his childhood crush? How do you feel knowing that you married me? You know what I was about to say?
Where?
I'm sorry.
I feel like I'm married to my best friend. I don't know about the childhood. Like, it's like they're talking so far back that I'm not there anymore. I'm not there anymore. Like, I'm not there anymore. I'm here now, and it feels great to be married to my best friend.
All right, I'll take it. Someone said, do I have to cook every night? Look. I haven't cooked one night since we got married. Jonathan does all the cooking. He does all of the cooking. He does all the cooking. I have not made dinner for him not once. And I actually kind of do feel a little bit bad.
It's not that she can't cook, she just doesn't.
Jonathan, like, he'll be out, like, studying, and he'll call me and be like, hey, put out the fish, or put out the salmon, put out the chicken. I'm like, I guess he's cooking tonight. Like, it's his thing. He's always like, what do you want for dinner tonight? Like, Jonathan is the cook, I'm the cleaner. It's just like, he cooks, I'll wash the dishes. Like, someone also asked me, do we have gender roles? Like, we don't have gender roles, but like, we just know where we fit.
And I take out the garbage.
Yes, Jonathan takes out the garbage. I've taken out the garbage once. He's washed the dishes once. But
that's not true. That's not true.
That's not true?
That's not true. I wash the dishes once.
How many times do you wash the dishes?
Way more than once.
Way more?
Way
Oh
more.
my gosh.
No.
I'm not talking you. No.
Wait.
Come on.
You wash the dishes the majority of the time. I'm not taking that away from you. But I wash the dishes way more than once.
Okay, can I just say, I'm not talking like, oh, you use a fork and a spoon and you wash those real quick.
No,
I'm talking about after a
no.
full day.
I wash the dishes more than once.
Bro, no, you have not, bro.
But like a lot of times, like I'll make something and I'll clean up everything.
That's not what I'm talking about. You cleaned up your dishes.
Yeah, but you don't.
No.
But you don't take the trash out from there to there. Is what I'm saying. Like I think, like
And
you know what I'm saying?
I took it out once.
Yeah. But like there's taking it out there too. But like, I'm saying like I've washed the dishes before. Like I haven't.
He talking about, oh, he used a spoon, let me wash that. That's not
No,
washing
I'm
dishes,
saying like
bro.
I say I cooked the meal. I'll wash the things that I've cooked.
Alright. Basically what we're saying is I pretty much like I do that. I've made the bed every single day. I do majority of the laundry. I
didn't say it.
Oh, no, you fix your face some type of way.
I didn't say it.
I take care of the house. Jonathan cooks dinner and sometimes breakfast.
You did laundry twice. I did laundry once.
Wait, what happened? I've done laundry twice.
Twice.
Are you joking?
Wait, how many times have you done it?
Bro, you know how many loads of clothes I've washed? You know what's funny? You know what I noticed? When things aren't done, they get noticed. But when things are done, they don't get noticed. Like I've mopped the 400 times with Jonathan.
No.
I'm
I'll give you credit. Let me give you some credit.
That's okay. I don't need it. I can mop the floor every day. Jonathan would never say, nice mopping. But if the floor needs to be mopped, he'd be like, why is the floor dirty?
I've never mentioned the
But it'll be something like that. It'll be something like that. If you can wash dishes every day or like clean the counter every day, it's never like, oh, the counter's so clean. But if it's not clean, it's like, we need to clean this counter. So like he doesn't even notice the things that I do every day because they're done every day. But what? Let there be some dust in the house because I stopped it. What's up?
Let me touch on something. But
You can talk. I'll make sure the camera's rolling. Go ahead.
Jess does do the majority.
Yeah, 11 minutes. Mm-hmm.
Jess does do the majority of the cleaning, like for sure. And what she's touched on something that she said that kind of like an expectation that I have of like things being done. And I think that's just kind of due to me being in a house with my mother before coming here, where like my mom, like she operates so much, like she does so much and never asks for things at all. So like there are things that are being done that I never noticed before because she's doing them and she's doing them so dutifully and she's doing them. So like sometimes
I zoned out. Are you talking about your mom or me? I zoned out for a second.
I'm talking about my mom.
Oh.
No, but Jess does a lot of.
No, that's fine. I didn't want to church, but I was like, oh babe, I was listening.
No, but Jess does a lot of that too. But it's kind of like now sometimes here, like when something isn't done, it's like, oh, somebody has to do that. Like it doesn't just get done by itself. So even then, like I'm noticing, like, you know, Jess does clean almost like every day. And I'm sorry I don't give you more credit.
No, I don't.
No,
want
but I'm saying like I really do appreciate it. But like, you know, just in my head, I'm just so used to like some things being done that I'm like, wait, someone does those. That's why it's
that's why it's done. Yeah.
You know, it's like if like the floor is always clean, like you never get to see it dirty.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like when it's dirty, it's like, what's the floor dirty? But Jess is awesome.
Thanks. So are you, babe. Honestly, I was looking at you the other day when you were cooking. Yeah, he's making pasta, and I just felt so bad because he's really good to me. Like I was on like my period the past few days, and even when I'm not, he's cooking. But like the other day I was on my period, and he cooked and he washed the dishes, and I felt so bad because I'm like, how I feel like if you cook, you don't need to wash the dishes too, bro. But I mean, if I cooked, I would probably wash the dishes too because that's just how I am. And I prefer to clean the kitchen because I like how I clean the kitchen more. When you disagree or get mad, how do you deal with them being in the same space while you calm down?
ThickK.dev, you are asking some good questions.
Yeah, I said that. I'm like, she asked, and there's another good question where I would like to. She asked 3 really good questions. So we have gotten into one disagreement since we've been married over a couch, and it also kind of ties in with her third question. Like, has there been an instance where you needed to submit as a wife or not yet, and was it easy to? So I feel like how Jonathan and I view what happened in the situation might be different, but We got upset. I wanted this couch really bad. He didn't necessarily want it, and I was really upset because it was such a great deal, and I was really upset. And I mean, we needed to go to Publix for something, but I chose to leave the house and go to Publix at that moment because I was just really mad, and I wanted to call my mom and tell on him, which is not recommended. I don't recommend whenever something goes wrong that you call somebody. I am okay with you guys, talking about it after it's settled and stuff, but like when you're going through it, I feel like it should just be right here. Unless you really need some wise counsel, whatever. But it was over a couch. I should have done that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I feel like...
Wait, I wasn't done. I'm sorry. So yeah, I left the house. If I didn't need to go to Publix, I probably would not have left the house, to be honest. That's not something you really do. But I was like, okay, thank God, I need to go get something. I'm gonna get it now because I need a second. But even when I left, I was trying to be in good spirits. I was like, hey, I'm going to Publix, do you need anything? Because I was still trying, but I really was upset. And he still knew, like even when I came back, I wasn't really speaking to him. And he was like, bro, what's good? And I was like, I'm fine. Like I was trying not to be mad, but I was. But also in that instance of saying like, was there a time I had to submit? Even though at the end, like, he explained to me why he figured he didn't want the couch or why it wouldn't be a good fit for the house. But at the end, he was like, but if you want it, you can get it. But at that point, I felt like he did feel some type of strongly about not wanting it. Even though he said, but if you want it, we can get it. I felt that like, he doesn't want, I wanted it to be something we both agreed to. So I was like, I'm just gonna let it go. And I guess that's me submitting to his no, even though he did say at the end, but if you really want it, fine. But I knew it was not gonna make him happy, and it would have been a selfish decision because I was the only one who really wanted it.
I feel like we can have a whole different video talking about disagreements and getting around those based on just our relationship experience, not our marriage experience. But in that specific situation, I felt a little isolated, and I'm all for needing your own space, but like she didn't really let me know. In my opinion, she didn't really let me know, where she was at mentally. She didn't say like I need some space or I'm a little upset because of X, Y, Z. But she kind of like, I'm fine.
I was trying hard.
But it's like I know you, and I know you're not fine. We kind of had a discussion afterwards, and I'm like, I just want you to let me know where you are. Like, you need time. You're upset. Just let me know. And I'll give you your space. But like that not being in the know and kind of feeling shut out was a little hard for me, especially being in the same space.
Sorry, if you see me looking at my phone, I'm trying to find the next question.
No, she just really care about it. She doesn't really care about it.
Yeah, that too. I'm trying to find the next question while he explains what he's saying. But yeah, that same day we resolved it because it was like 5 hours later, and Jonathan was like, "Can we talk? Communication is key." And then we talked about it, and then we had a glass of wine. We watched a movie. And then we just, and then it was over. So communication, I feel like space is good, like for a second, if you just take a second, just move away. But maybe it's better to let your spouse know, like, I need space for a second. Like, I'm not necessarily upset, I just need a second. Or you can say, I'm actually kind of upset right now, I need a second to just clear my head. But just after a while, I'm like, hey, can we talk about this again? So you can get over it.
Learning each other's communication styles is key. So you know how each other argues, how to best say what you're trying, convey how you're feeling to them, because how I may say that to my mother, how I say that to my brother is not how Jess will best take it. So I have to tailor my response to her communication style.
Alright, we'll wrap it up. Oh, okay, we're actually kind of almost.
Did Jonathan cry when he walked down the aisle? I didn't, and she gets mad at me for it.
Okay, this is the thing. Did Jonathan cry when he walked down the aisle? No. And we talked about it a lot. We talked a lot about it a lot. Like, are you gonna cry? He's like, I feel like it's too much pressure now to cry.
So many people ask.
First of all, Jonathan is a very sensitive man, but he's not very emotional. Is that right?
Bro, I just knew I wasn't gonna cry. I didn't cry.
But to be honest, I thought I was gonna cry. And I was just smiling the whole time. And I'm upset because I really wanted to sing down the aisle, but my mom was like, everyone was like, you're gonna be bawling, you're gonna cry, you're not gonna be able to do it. Now I probably should have done it. I
feel like singing down the aisle is a little.
I don't care, bro. I would have been like, baby.
How does Jess make Jonathan feel appreciated? The thing that Jess does that makes me by far feel the most appreciated is when either I walk into the room, like if she looks up to acknowledge me, that's like one thing. And like if she listens like when I'm talking, like sometimes like I get like fascinated or really fixated on things, and I have to talk them out. And like when she listens to me or like pays attention to me, like there is nothing like she can do in this world that makes me feel more appreciated than that.
Yeah, that's it. The last thing I'll answer is someone asked what's the best thing about being married so far. Did we answer that already? No.
I like living with my best friend.
Yeah.
I said it before, but I think that's the best part of it. Not having to go home at the end of the night.
You're home.
I'm home.
We just go upstairs.
You go upstairs, you go to sleep.
Yeah.
Wake up, she's there still.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's great. I love it. That's it. You know, I love it so far. Again,
It's only been 1 month.
it literally
We don't
30
know
days.
anything. We don't know a thing. We could come back a month from now and we're like, yeah, everything we said was
hate
garbage.
it. Oh my gosh, I'm sick. Yeah.
But we're
I don't think it's gonna happen.
We're now experts at dating though. Like,
Oh yeah. We do some dating advice for
dating
sure.
advice, engaged advice, I think.
Yeah.
But dating advice for sure. We
Dating
got
advice?
you. We got you.
You can ask me whatever. Suggestions are coming back because I know you guys love the dating advice.
Yep. Well,
can do that all
she
day.
knew the girl one. If you need guy advice, you got me.
We here.
Marriage advice? No,
We don't got it.
I don't got it.
Alright, love you guys. We'll see you in our next video. Bye.
Be your fingers.
There's only one, just only one, just there's only one, there's only one. It's only one, just only one.